Alright folks, welcome to another league with Green White Company. Trying out the old bordered cards, Courser, Crucifix, Stylus Tracker, Ramin Up Excavator, and Skyclay Operation, which is the glue that ties everything together thanks to Collected Company. I think the deck's pretty solid. We're gonna see how it fares through a league. The changes that I made is I cut a Dryad. We're down to only 3 copies. I thought that the 4th copy was a little bit redundant, and the card doesn't really give you too much value by itself unless you are going off. So extra copies are not very good. I added another copy of Tireless Tracker. Another card that I was thinking of would be Eternal Witness. So that's something that's on the back of my mind for sure as I'm playing this league. That's gonna be it for, I mean, not a very extensive deck, but if you do enjoy the content, make sure you play that, you hit that follow and like button and that subscribe button to the channel, and I'll see you for the first league. All right, welcome to round number 1 of this league, and we get a good hand. It's a fine opener. So there are a couple of things about this opener. I think I'm going to play Knight on 2. There is the possibility that we draw a second fetch land, and if we do draw a second fetch land, then we would have liked to play fetch land on 1, so that when we play the Knight on turn 2, it would be a 4/4 to play through Lightning Bolt. I think that it's more likely that we draw. We could draw like a Tireless Tracker, or we could be holding this fetch land for Courser. So there's definitely arguments both ways. But yeah, I think it's better for me to lead on the basic. Basic Mountain. Bolt the bird. Yeah. Some things never change, huh? Gonna play a top land because I don't know if I want Apparition next turn. And my opponent went turn 1 Mountain, right? So I don't know what I want to do with this. Another Basic Mountain. Goblin Guide. Goblin Guide, no attacks. Bold strategy. Okay. Here's my 2/4. It has to have been a misclick, right? Why is everything better in old border? I don't know. I really don't know. Like, why did we ever change borders? Why did we ever change borders? I don't understand. Spike my face. Okay. Light up the stage. Wow. Good old Goblin Guide Manamorphose strategy, huh? So I have to assume that they have Bedlam Reveler, don't I? So I guess if my opponent attacks, I will take the trade. Even though they could have a bolt that can kill my Courser, but I'll just take that. Expedite. But why, opponent? But why? Here's a land. Play modern for $50 plan. Yeah, but like, I mean, you can find some pretty good commons that are not expedite. For less, for just cents. And I can play the knight safely because I know that my opponent is going to be playing all 4 of these cards. So otherwise they just go to waste. So they're just going to start off by this. So there's not that many cards that they can draw. We need to update the old border Heath. How much is the old border Heath? $10 tickets? That's a little bit too much for my taste, my friend. 10 tickets is just a little bit too much. If it were like 3 or 4 tickets each, I would probably pay it. But 10 each is just too much. Expedite Goblin Guide. You got it. The haste creature has haste. 10 is roughly what the old school Titans are going for in paper, but in MTGO they're actually cheaper, I think. They're going for 273 each. Yeah, this gobble is... I can barely see it. I can barely see this goblin. Just going so fast. Oof, look at that blue text. So I guess I have to assume that my opponent is going to have Bedlam Revelers going on over there. But also, do we care? They have 9 spells in the graveyard. So I guess we're gonna start serving. Getting there, Courser. We can grow this Reclaimer if we need to. We probably are going to. Just making it 3/4 and just start cleaning house. Is there anything that my opponent can do that I would care about? I don't think so. I don't think anything they do matters here. Yeah, I don't think that my opponent can win anymore. We just have too much stuff going on. It almost doesn't matter which stuff we have going on. It's just the fact that we have a bunch of stuff going on that my opponent can't beat. We're also gaining unreasonable amounts of life. My opponent's throwing Golden Gauss down the drain. Or not, but that's kind of the thing. Like, they just nothing they do really matters. Like, everything is just bad for them. Tempo deck. Are we playing a tempo deck? Is this the ultimate tempo deck? Gain life. Another flagstones. Gain more life. Eat that thing. Suck that. I guess I want to have access to a draw if I need it. We're not drawing anything, but we also don't need to draw anything. So it's kind of whatever. There we go. Yep. Okay. Purge, Champions, Knight of Autumn, Rhetoric. Truckers and excavators can go. My dorks are not great, but I probably just need them because I'm on the draw and I need to keep up with the burn deck. I'm not gonna bring in a Bojuge Ball until I see Bedlam Reveler, because Ghost Quarter actually has a lot of value. Unlike a deck like Amulet or something like that, Ghost Quartering yourself with this deck actually does have a lot of value because it grows Knight of the Reliquary really quickly and it gains life off of Courser, so it is actually a play that happens fairly often. Sure. So this is a turn 2/4/4 Knight. What's up, Avidis? Are you related to Siljan? Is this the first league? We played another league, we 0-3 and I just dropped. Wanted to start fresh. We got insanely unlucky that first league. Like, unreasonably unlucky. Mulligan into 5 and never finding more than a 1-lander. Stuff like that. And then not finding a land until turn 6 or 7. That's the kind of stuff. Nobody see me stream Green White? Yeah, this deck's sweet. I think this deck is solid. I don't think I've broken it yet. But I think it certainly is solid. I think that if they attack, I'm gonna take it. It's bad in the face of light up the stage, but kind of is what it is. But I think that dropping a knight on turn 2 is just kind of necessary. We're gonna go to 15 here on the attack, then 14 with the knight, but then the knight is just a massive roadblock. We are drawing a blank, though. We're drawing a Noble Hierarch, which is not gonna do anything. So that hurts a little bit. Yep. Please no bolt. Okay. I guess that we could pivot here. Because we could play Apparition, we get rid of one of these gobos, we trade with the other one. Opponent's left with a 1/1. The 1/1 doesn't do anything. Next turn we can Knight plus Noble. It also protects me from a second light up the stage. Because I am 100% taking the trade. Well, that's fine. So now the Apparition ate a bolt instead of the bird, right? Which means I'm gonna have more mana. And if I draw something like a Courser, for example, it's just great. Because he just roadblocks the Gobo and the Illusion, and it also gains me life. This probably tells me that they have another light up the stage though. Canopy. Light up stage number 2. Nope. Okay. We have another white source, so I'm just gonna get a green source here in case we draw Scavenginus. So now the knight takes care of the goblin. Unless my opponent wants to like double bolt me or something. Are they even playing Searing Blaze? No, they're playing Expedite. How do they have only 32 minutes on clock? I'm assuming that they're new to Magic Online. My assumption is that my opponent is just new to Magic Online. Or maybe they're just a madman. Maybe they're just a crazy scientist. Something? Nope. More blanks. More blanks is the play. Take one. Yeah, they're new. Inferno Discline is hard to use as a newcomer. It is harder than Arena, let's put it that way. It's certainly harder than Arena. Wild. Seems really bad. Really, really bad. And it's cute though. So I guess it's not impossible for them to have Reveler. The issue is that we can't really turn the corner here. Because we're just not winning in the exchange because my opponent has two chump blockers. We're just in a really awkward spot. So I guess we really want Eidolon. Can you imagine if my opponent is playing like Empty the Warrens or something silly like that? Let's just get rid of Birgi right now. Maybe I should have done that on upkeep. Maybe I should have done that on upkeep. Probably doesn't make too much of a difference. I should have just done it on my own turn. Like I'm thinking about my opponent having empty and I still gave them one storm for no reason. And 1 mana. Just a bad exchange. Alright, my opponent's paying costs. Second Birgi. Okay. I've definitely drawn a few lands. Yep. Yes, I have. Sure, Lava Spike me. 1 card left. What is it? Bedlam Reveler? Ensnaring Bridge. Okay. My masterful plan. My masterful plan of using Birds of Paradise. Paying off in spades here. Come on, Bird, let's go. Let's do this. It's also really funny that they brought in the Ensnaring Bridge against the deck that has shown them Dryad Valakut. We also have shown them Reclaimer, and we have shown them Skyclave Apparition. So it's really funny that my opponent decided that Ensnaring Bridge was the way to go after we showed them all of those reasons why this would not be the best plan. I wonder if you also have Blood Moon even. Goblin Guide is something that has seen in the past play in burn decks, kind of as a sideboard card. The idea being that against creature decks you just lock them out and then you burn them out. I'm literally running out of lands. I am actually running out of lands. So I guess I want to stop playing them because I want to make sure that if I draw a Courser or a Dryad, I can close the door. We've seen no Collected Companies. We've seen no... I guess I cited out my trackers. I cited out my ramen apps, so those don't count. Like, am I supposed to fetch here, for example? Fetch with knight, I mean. Probably. I guess that there is technically the chance that my opponent is playing Blood Moon. So I guess I'm gonna sack the Temple Garden because I don't want to sack the plains. Although I do have white sources, so maybe just sacking the plains is better. Okay, 3 basic forests in the deck. Could increase that bird clock. It's okay, I'm just gonna sit here. Sit behind my casual 11-11s. Oh, I just didn't notice that our champion could attack. I should attack with the Audiok champion. Oh, man. I missed out on a point. Unless my opponent wanted to throw the illusion. Yeah, Bog ready. Bog for what? I don't know what over there cooking. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on over there, so for now I'm just chilling, I guess. I'm just ready for my opponent to block with the illusion and then play the giant growth, brute strength. Just play the giant growth, blow me out. I have to be honest, to an extent, I kind of want my opponent to do their thing. I am secretly hoping that they find what they're looking for so that I get to see what they're doing. Also, they're gonna time out. Whatever they're trying to do, they better do it quickly because they're just gonna lose. All right, there we go. Runaway Steamkin. And now what? Post champ. Runaway Steamkin. Okay, I'm ready. Do it, opponent. Do it. That's it? That's all you got? Aw. Like, what are they doing? Like, looking for past in flames? Like, what's the thing? Oh no! They killed the hierarch. My clock. My clock. Opponent, no. Should I continue attacking with the birds for value? I think I'm gonna continue serving with the birds for value. Are you ready to go, opponent? Because I'm ready to go. Look at that. Look at that. There we go. All right, so we win next turn. The bird has no fear at all. The bird is ready to go. Need Kessig Wolfran? No, I'm not good. No. We're not playing Kessig Wolfran in this deck. I'm gonna choose you as the target. Yes, yes, yield. I literally just said save targets. Because it looks like my point is of the never concede, never surrender school. Alright, that was very, very long match, but we ended up ahead. See you for next round. Welcome to round number 2. Not a very good opener. I'm gonna ship it. Much better. Gonna keep this, and I think I'm gonna throw the Dryad. Because I want all 3 of my lands, and it's not particularly unlikely for these knights to die, so... Yes, Amel Mao! Thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. First time subscriber. Thank you for your support. Hope you're having a good time. Okay, so this is black-green rock. I wonder if they have Lily. They do. So opponent's gonna minus Lily here. Definitely looking for a land off the top. But even if we don't, we can course around, we can find a land there. Land. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Oh, my pleasure. So now we are gonna lose, because like we could just chump the Goif, but then my opponent grows. Yeah, this is just dead. So they're not playing Lurrus as a companion, but they're playing Black-Green Rock. Okay. Yeah, they just play like actual Lurrus in the deck. Maybe we could play Stoneforge so we don't lose when they 1-drop dice. I tried Stoneforge and it wasn't playable in this deck. And we didn't lose because they 1-drop died. We lost because my opponent put pressure and they also put disruption. We lost to the Liliana, we didn't lose to the 1-drop dying. If we had had Stoneforge, we would have lost just the same. Yeah, GG's BCS. I don't know, were you playing Jeskai or I don't remember what we played against already. Does Rock still play Little Last Hope? I don't know. I don't think there's any stock Rock lists. Jabberwocky has been doing well with the deck. There's also Sol Malka who just always randomly does well with the deck. That guy just refuses to play literally anything else. Well, if this survives, we're in good shape. I guess even if this doesn't survive, we're still in good shape. Unless they have Ashiok. Old Border Decay. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Just play a Bob. Don't you want to just play a Bob, opponent? Bob's great, right? Like, Bob's just great. Just play Bob. Play Bob, Seiko. Castle Locktwain. Weird. Just top deck prime time? Yeah, easy. How many basics do they play? No. Must resist the temptation to go squatter lock opponent. They probably play like 6-6, like 6 or something. That's a good sign, but they could be enabling push here. Well, that's GG. That's your face. That's your face. That's your face. That's your face. And that's your face. Honestly, I should have killed Bob and attacked. Better value. Yeah, this is a powerful engine. So we know about Bob. Does that change anything? Not really. Path is just kind of bad. Like, I'll take one path. I probably don't want more than that. Hashtag that's your face. I guess Oreo Champion is not really that good against my opponent's deck, is it? Because the creatures that we're losing to are gonna be like Bob kills us by not doing anything, and then the creatures that we die to are gonna be Hex Drinkers and Tarmogoyfs. So maybe Champion is just not good at all. Rather have a path. What's up, Adelix? It's going well. Is Revoker good for Lily? I don't think so. It always feels good when Bob kills them, yeah. Hashtag greatness at any cost, right? That's such great flavor text. That's such great flavor text, honestly. Opponent, you there? You want to play with me? How do we feel about the old bordered cards? I'm pretty hyped about them. Pretty excited about them. Not gonna lie. Here we go. Mono 3-drop dot hand. I love the old border path, but I have some of the Rebecca Y paths. Makes like hard to choose. I mean, just like old border is just so sexy though. For real. I really don't understand why we ever did anything but old border. We can probably assume that my opponent is not doing great in the mana department. Oh, I guess I should have started with Winsep Heath. I hope that doesn't come back to bite me. I hope that doesn't come back to bite me because my opponent could be playing Ashiok. Probably not playing around Shadowed Out, but we need a new border to realize that those we knew are the old ones, right? Yeah, exactly. Look at that Field of Ruin, how good it looks. Remember when I said that we should play around Ashiok? Remember when I said that? Is my opponent a minuser? Let's see. Yes. They minused on themselves. Smart, because they have Cling to Dust in the graveyard. Good, opponent, good. It also grows their Goyfs. I think I'm playing the Arc Champion. Funny that if they blow up the Field of Ruin, I get to fetch because of the field, but I don't get to fetch because of the Flagstones. So that's a pretty funny interaction. OG Shockland art in old border. Yeah, that'd be really nice. The field, I think the Field of Ruin looks phenomenal. I think this card looks incredibly great. That's probably one of my favorite out of all of the Old Border ones. Like, Field of Ruin almost feels like it was meant to be used with Old Border. Like, it's just perfect. Courser looks pretty good. Knight looks kind of a little bit awkward. I don't love the Knight. I think Courser looks good. I think Field looks great. I think the Path looks very good too. The best ones are the red cards, in my opinion. Yeah, Thoughtsis looks incredible. Thoughtsis is probably the best one. Thoughtsis is probably the best one. Nihil Spellbomb. Overboard much? Yeah, Chalice is also really, really nice. I think I have to draw a card. This means I don't get to play the Reclaimer, but like drawing a card is just so good right here, right? Reveler looks bad. I don't remember seeing Reveler. Heavy CG art cards look pretty dissonant. Yeah, that's to be expected, right? Like, art back in the day used to be like a little bit more like this. So when you have something very like electronic, like very computery looking, obviously it's not going to translate as well. Is this game 3? It is game 3. Damnation? Oh! Oh, wow. Also, oh, wow. Yeah, opponent going deep. Push Reclaimer. Okay. Now the real question is, if I resolve the Skyclave, what do I do? Do I kill the Ashiok or do I kill the Questing Beast? Because if I kill the Questing Beast and then my opponent has a removal spell for the Apparition, we are in pretty bad shape. I think that if my opponent fields me, I'm gonna go Squatter myself. Liliana. Yeah, I don't search if I go Squatter myself. It doesn't matter. Like, I care about my opponent not having mana, right? That's what matters. They either have second Lily or second Ashiok. It's possible. Vala could fetch Killing Beast. What? We don't... Valakut doesn't do anything. I think we start there. Beautiful. So smart and so thin. So smart and so thin. So smart and so thin. I will discard my Misty Rainforest. I can kill Lily here. Do I care about Lily though? I don't care about Lily. No one cares about another Professor Onyx. Yeah. Like, they can give the Hex Drinker protection from everything. But, so what? Make me sack. Draw a card. I love how you play green black. You play straight green black because the mana base is smoother, and then my opponent just has Field of Ruins and Nurture and Peatlands, and like they can't even attack me because their mana completely destroy them. Wow, they didn't field me. Like, go ahead, draw your Tireless Tracker. How can this go wrong anyway? How can this ever go wrong for me to draw a Tireless Tracker, right? How could this ever not work out in the best possible way? How could this plan ever backfire? Just let you draw a Tireless Tracker. No problem. Collective Brutality. They better have something else that's pretty good. Don't you want to fetch while you guarantee a clue? No. There's no reason for, right? Because I'm also gonna use Reclaimer. So I'd rather not give my opponent the information. I have control over how much information I'm giving to my opponent. But right now, my opponent doesn't know the top of my deck. And I also don't know whether I want to be cracking a clue or like if I find a Path to Exile, for example, off the top, maybe I want to cast it or something. That's your pick? And they escalated, so they have no cards in hand. Ay, opponent. Ay, opponent. Ay, opponent. Do. Yep, sounds about right. All right, see you for the next round. Welcome to round number 3. Pretty neat hand. If I had to define this hand, I would define it as neat. Guess I'm going for Temple Garden. This could be Scape Shift, this could be Ponza. In any case, I want to make Knight a 4/4 by the time it comes down, so. Just good old John Doe. Good old John Doe. You gotta love it when your Noble Hierarch trades with a Terminate. You gotta love it when your Noble Hierarch trades with a Terminate. That's just some good value. Fatal Push, sounds good. Alright, go E4. I think I'd rather play around Liliana. I mean, that was the problem, right? Second Goif. But now we get to deploy the Knight, and it's going to be a 4/4, and it's protected from Liliana, which is nice. And next turn, we're going to have a sick turn where we're going to be able to use Knight, sack this, go get Flagstones, play Dryad, play Reclaimer. Why do I look like Reclaimer? I think it was Destiny. It's my invitational card, right? Oh, you folks didn't know? This was the original art. This was the original art commissioned for Elvish Reclaimer. And then Wizards was like, I don't think that we can we can have such a pretty face in a Magic card. I think it's gonna make future cards worse. So they switched it for this face. Smart decision by Wizards. Does your wife sometimes question my job when she sees your face photoshopped in a ripped, shirtless elf? No, I think that she, whenever I showed her this picture, she's like, yeah, that sounds about right. Somebody just painted you. Everything is exactly the way that it looks in real life, so. Remember to not ask many questions. Good stuff. There's no way the last card is Lightning Bolt. Wow. Collected Company, thank you. So I guess in this board state, I'd rather take the Courser than the Tireless Tracker. Yo, if my opponent's gonna Lucksack, why can't I Lucksack back, you know? Whenever I walk in Magic Stream, I'm careful what she treats me like a little kid watching cartoons. It's just Boomer John. Champion is a lot better against Boomer John than against Black Green Rock. I'm probably gonna sideboard the same though. He was chosen by the deck, yeah. To be fair, in the first league that we run today, we didn't run as hot. I think it's fair to say that I was due. I was due some Lucksacking. My emote was starting to... My emotes were starting to, you know, collect a little bit too much dust, you know? I was due some Lucksacking. Love the dirty multicolor card border from 204. Dude, like the Knight looks great. Also, Decay looks very, very good in my opinion. I really like how Abrupt Decay looks. Probably gonna play Heath on this turn to play around Ashiok. Getting the Valakut out of the hand seemed necessary though. Yeah, the Knight doesn't look as good as the other one. Which is unfortunate, but it's fine. Fatal Push. Dido, como vai? Tudo bem? Parabéns! Parabéns, irmão! Good job on that qualification, man. You queued for the PT, right? So I think I'm gonna bin basic planes. Just gonna take care of Liliana. It sucks to not take care of the Bob there, but I think Liliana is more powerful right here. Fortunately, my match against Amulet was in the final, and doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. You chose a good time to lose to Amulet. Once you were already past the end. That's funny. So I think I'm doing this. And I'm probably pitching this Knight of the Reliquary. Another Liliana. That's brutal. Third Lily is devastating here. They pitch it? Wait, what? Just gonna push this tracker? Decay. So we really want to find a fetch land here. Yo, you have to know what you want, right? If I don't know what my best draw is, how can I luck sack and get it? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not killing Liliana here because my opponent has access to push. Now that they fetch, we fetch in response. Kill Liliana. I guess there kind of was an argument there for killing the illusion, because we already have an apparition to get rid of the Liliana, but then we would have needed to pitch something, right? So we're gonna go down to 3, so it would die to Lightning Bolt, but I don't think we can really help it. Okay. Well, I guess that this is known info, so I'm just gonna pack it in. So my opponent's playing Boil. So we probably want to bring in the other path so we can path our own Dryad if we need to. I don't think I'm supposed to cut the Dryads though. Pareció bueno ese Boil. Totalmente innecesario. So, like, it's very easy to see, like, oh, Boil killed you, but, like, Boil didn't kill me, right? Like, let's assume that my opponent didn't have Boil in hand, and they did the correct play, which would have been to push my Dryad. We were still probably losing that game, right? We would have been at 3, because my the illusion token would have attacked. And then they had a card to draw. We would have played the Knight. Then my opponent would have sacked Spellbomb. Spell Bomb makes the knight a 2/2. We can go squatter ourselves to grow the knight. And then my opponent's drawing towards like any removal spell or any lightning bolt. So they forced themselves into making a strictly worse play in order to get me, but it was completely unnecessary. Yeah, Boyle is just terrible. But like my opponent probably feels very smart right now. And who am I to tell my opponent to not feel smart, right? This is a sketcher, but I'm gonna keep it. And I led on Temple Garden on 1 because we have Ariok Champion in the deck. It's bad for us. Oh, sweet. That's great for us. Sure, let's throw a Scavenging Ooze under the bus. Just to make sure my opponent uses their mana. If they have Bob though, I might path in it. Probably not. If they have Goif, I'm definitely not pathing it. Quick question, anyone know what the best card against prowess are that are permanents in any color except white? I've been considering a few options, but I didn't know what to do. It's for my pet deck. Spell Shift. So permanents in any color except white. Arasta? Arasta is probably what I would think. Dragon's Claw. Dragon's Claw is not bad. That was a timely Thopsies. And then we drew a blank, which sucks. Primeval Titan is pretty good. Andrea, Coco Titan question mark with the tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, Andrea. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Appreciate the continued support. Can we draw Celestial Purge? Celestial Purge would be nice. Opponent can Crocs next turn, but we can take care of it with Path. Second Valakat is basically like a blank draw. In fact, I think it's what I'm gonna be pitching to the Liliana. Never mind, somehow Path to Exile is worse. For how lucky I got in the first game. We're definitely paying we're definitely paying it up here. Sphere is another decision, but my playtest Arasta. Yep. those are my initial thoughts, at least. Oh, thank you, Torbert. See you later. Thanks for hanging out. So my opponent can Croxa here. That's probably their best play. So I guess I'm pitching the land to Liliana. And then I'm pitching path to the Croxa. Goif. The unfortunate thing is I have to path the Goif here because I could draw into Collected Company. That sucks. So gonna cycle Spellbomb. Now pathing the Goif sounds terrible, right? Like the Goif would be a 1-2 or something, but of course it is like that because like I was playing towards drawing Collected Company, and instead we drew a Reclaimer, which wasn't a very good draw. In fact, there is an argument for just like not playing out the Reclaimer, because now my opponent gets to plus take care of the path to exile, and I'm left with a Reclaimer that doesn't really do anything. So I guess that if my opponent pluses the Liliana before playing the Croxa, I can path my own Reclaimer. But that's not good though, because if I want, like if I top deck an Apparition, I want to get rid of the Croxa, so. And then Reclaimer can pressure the Lily. Yeah, just get a little bit unlucky here. Just getting unlucky here. Getting pretty unlucky here. So here comes Croxa. We're gonna take 3, they have a 6/6. We still need to find Collected Company. Like, basically Collected Company or bust, honestly. Is where it's the point where we're at. But I think that if we do find Collected Company, we may be fine. Company? Yeah, that's fine. All right, see you for the next round. Here we are for round number 4. Weird hand, but let's keep it. We're playing against the Lurrus deck, and Apparition is really good against the Lurrus decks. Inquisition. Please take my bird. How can you ever beat a Birds of Paradise opponent, right? 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 Damn it. Got him. It really sucks that we have to take damage here, but it is what it is. Do you think a John-style heavy red-black deck where every land is type mountain with 1 or 2 Valakuts could be a thing? Valakuts in the slot of Raging Ravine or something? I mean, you probably have to be playing Ren and 6 in that deck, I guess. I think I'm playing Apparition here because I guess my opponent can have Liliana, never mind. Maybe it was better to play the Scusi. Next turn we're going to have Tracker plus land, which should put us in a solid position. Assuming they have shadows. Skyclave. Scourge of the Skyclave. Skyclave mirror match. Can I take the turn off? Can I take the turn off? I don't think so. I really hope we don't get punished by another Inquisition or discard spell, because then they take my tracker and we're actually in bad shape. I'm definitely trading. Definitely trading there. That is more food for my ooze. So I think I'm just eating all three of my apparitions here, and I'm not blocking. Oh, opponent's doing stuff. Nice. So 1, 2, 3. Gonna play tracker. Play land. Keep this. Kinda sucks. But the good thing is that now the Reclaimer is a 3/4, right? That's a big deal. Was getting rid of Inquisition a better play? I think gaining life is important against my opponent's deck, right? Oh, come on. Taking it. Taking it. I don't want to enable push or bolt right here. That's why I'm taking it. 4, 5, 6. If they have a TBR, this is not lethal. Discard spells don't do anything. Alright, so maybe my opponent's setting lethal for next turn. Shadow. Something good? Yeah. Yep, that's something good. Courser Dryad. Sounds good. Sack that one. Land. Gain life. I like it. Yes! Yes! God damn it, chat. God damn it, so good. So freaking good. Also, I should have probably killed the Goifo there. It's my name also because I'm so hot right now. Stat Hansel. He's so hot right now. Alright, Reclaimer, you're going under the bus. I'm sorry. I love you. I love you forever. Alright, Jund Shadow. Yep, that's the plan. That was pretty cool. How are all the dorks bad here? Because they die. I just rather hit land drops. Are they okay to trade 1 CMC for removal? Yeah, but this is gonna be a top deck war. If you can guarantee that the dorks that I keep are gonna be in my opening hand, if you can guarantee that the mana dorks are always gonna be in my opener, then I would keep all of the mana dorks. I guess I wouldn't. I would just keep like 3 or something. But unfortunately, that's not how these matchups play out. And we're very often gonna find ourselves in a top deck war. And whenever my opponent's top decking fatal pushes and stuff like that, and I'm top decking mana dorks, that's where I lose. No blocks. Because that makes anything more sense when you're 26 lands. Yeah, that's the point. Like, I'd rather just make my land drops and like draw stuff that my opponent can't interact with. Oh. Okay. So if I path here, we grow one of the goyfs. But it's just more mana efficient for me to do it right now. And I'm going to be able to courser into land. And I'd rather courser into land than tracker into land. That's bad. It's pretty bad. That's pretty awfully bad. Pretty awfully bad. If they have TBR, we just lose, but every time. Guess I shouldn't have paths, I guess. I mean, I didn't know that I was gonna draw a bunch of basics. I think this plan is still fine. Knight of Autumn definitely is a consideration, though, because of Scourge. Yeah, okay, that seems better, actually. Just interrupted Goyf through a Time Spiral Pact. Didn't buy a pack in years, and I've always been unlucky. Nice, Baciani. Did I see the Scapeshift list with Reclaimer? It has some Titan Vial feels. No, I have not seen it. No idea what you're talking about. Hardly ever knew, yeah. Oreo champion. Thought sees bug. Thought sees bug. Thought sees bug. Poor sequencing from my opponent there. Not punished. 5-0 league drop today on MTG Goldfish. How are people doing that? Wizards hasn't published deck lists in a while. I really don't want to miss a point of life, but I can't do anything about it. And this sucks. What, they published today? Huh, I didn't see the deck lists. Wow, they did. Wild. After 13 days. So this now enables me to cycle the canopy and not feel too bad about it, which is what I care about the most right now. Skip shift is not a word we use in cultured society. Damn, too real. Gonna have to kill the shadow here. It's too much pressure. At least the good thing is that we can bog them if we have to. Holding onto this for tracker value. Second goif. That really sucks. Okay. At least we do have blocks if my opponent cracks the bubble here. Looking punished for pathing ourselves. I mean, this Reclaimer holds off the goifs. Because my opponent didn't hold on to the bubble. Could have TBR here. Use TBR as a removal spell. That's probably the line, honestly, yeah. That's definitely the line. Too late for you. It's too late for you, Apparition. You have to take it. We have to draw something. We do have draws here. Company. Land into company. Scusi. So we chomp, we block, go down to 1. My point is to have top deck a land or something completely irrelevant. Technically not dead. Technically not dead, I guess. So we have to throw Corsair under the bus. This blocks here. What's up, Dito? We get to game 4 next turn. It's just not gonna be enough, though. My opponent today sided out 1 Titan with Amulet. What do you think about that? Where were you playing? There are some matchups where I could see cutting a Titan. There's very few of them. 5-color Navy Orion. You could if you had enough. You could do that if you had enough other threats to bring in. Tracker and Crewfix. Because like the way that you lose the most is to unmoored ego. In that matchup. We met them on Brazilian Discord. All right, here's another chump blocker. This one gains 4. Is Kuz gonna make the comeback of the century? Chomperino. Let's go, Scoos. Let's go. Get smaller while the Scoos gets bigger. Oh no! This is 4 things to eat. Yeah, that was we needed to draw something useful there. We just needed to draw something. Because now my opponent can force me to go down. Like I cannot chump with Deus, right? Like Deus is the only reason I'm still in this game. So I cannot trade Deus off. So we can eat 1, 2, 3, 4 things. So we can make the glyphs 1/2s. So we take 8, 9, 10, 11. We go down to 1. And we eat the Lurrus. That's probably the line. Again, I don't think I can win if my use dies. And then we can top deck Skyclave Apparition. We can make the glyphs into 0/1s. And then we stabilize like that. I do die to a significant amount of cards though. If they have bolt, I have no outs. Like I'm actually just dead to lightning bolt. I'm dead to any instant for what's worth. Any instant will do it. Probably not K command because oh no, they show me basic mountains, so yeah. Yeah, they just have to attack with the Scourge now. Yeah. As I said, we can't trade, so we're just gonna take 8 here. And we have to top deck exactly Skyclave, I guess. I guess any chump blocker will do it, actually. Yeah, so we're looking for chump blockers here. Play to your outs, etc, etc. This blocks here. Can I start attacking? No, I can't, right? I attack, they throw this under the bus. And I trade here? that gives me more stuff to eat. But if my opponent has any removal spells, then we're screwed. The thing is, I can still draw Tireless Tracker. Tireless Tracker, Courser, Crucifix, and Dryad reward me for holding on to this basic forest. My opponent has double fetch land. I think I have to hold. I think I have to hold. Screws is larger than Shadow, but not really, right? Because they can damage themselves if they want to. We died to Bolt. We died to Call against Command because they can kill this. We died to Fatal Push. I still think it's correct to hold on to this forest. Okay. Is this the comeback of the century? Is this the comeback of the century? Wow. This is awful in the face of Reclaimer or Knight of the Reliquary, but I think that eating one of them is probably going to be necessary. Yeah. It gives me a little bit more agency. Can I attack now? We attack, opponent throws Illusion down the drain. Opponent's dudes are 0/1s and a Lurrus. So we can start forcing chumps. I think I have to attack. Because I think I need to start putting pressure on my opponent. This is a greedy attack. But at the same time, I think it's correct because I need to... my opponent has a bunch of draw steps that just win the game on the spot. It is in my best interest to make the game as short as possible. Like, I am the one that wants to end the game. Because I have a bunch of things that just don't do anything. Chump Lurrus. Oh, we still die. No, we don't. We go to 1. Thoughtseize. Take 4. Yeah. So I guess if I had held back, it wouldn't have mattered. We were still dead. Man, that really sucks. I was really feeling this comeback. I was really feeling this comeback. The thing about holding onto Reclaimer is online is that it's bad. Like, we just lose anyway, right? Like, Reclaimer doesn't do anything. Yep, these are the cards that I had to draw. that was a pretty good match though. See you for the last one. Here you are for the last round, trying to get that pity chest. Another Lurrus deck. God damn. Like everybody's just jamming Lurrus all the time. Maybe you don't need to attack, you have to control and keep timers. And again, I think that's a losing line because my opponent has like more than half of my opponent's deck wins the game. Like they draw push and we lose. Right? I need to start every turn that I don't attack, my opponent gets one more draw step toward the fatal push that kills my use. So I need to start closing the door. Every turn that goes by and I didn't pressure them, things get worse for me. Imagine if I had Cosima, it would be terrible. I would play it, my opponent would kill it. Cosima is very, very bad. Whatever you think that the card is gonna do, it is not. Whatever you think that the card is gonna be great at doing, it will not be great at doing. I can basically guarantee it. You need to untap for the card to do anything at all. It doesn't do anything on the board. It's just bad. It's a bad card that's not worth putting in your deck. Even with fetch lands, even though like fetch lands are effectively a cantrip. Cosima is just, it's basically a strictly war stylus tracker. If my opponent doesn't kill my tracker here, I'm gonna be feeling pretty good about my spot. Do I serve here? Wow, this is a tough spot. Huh. I can attack with just the Skyclave, I think. But if I'm going to attack, I think I'd rather attack with the tracker. Because Scourge is going to remain a 2-2 unless my opponent can bolt my face or something. They have Scourge, they don't have Shadow. If they had Shadow, obviously I would not have attacked. I don't want to grow their shadows. But they don't have Shadow, they have Scourge. So that's why I was thinking that maybe there was an argument for attacking. Just so we can limit their options. So we can draw Valakut here, so that's why I'm cycling main phase. Bold my face. How about another one? So now that's a Champerino. Fatal Push. Where's this going? It's going face. Because now even TBR, I guess TBR would have killed me, but TBR would have killed me regardless. Splits around removal. Okay. Okay, so let's switch strategies a little bit. Let's not cut all of the 1-drops. Let's cut excavators. 1 track, but I have to cut something else if I don't cut the 1-drops. I just think I have to cut the 1-drops. Why do I feel like I'm always thinking if they have TBR, I'm dead? I mean, I don't think that shadow players are stupid, right? If they're only playing 2 TBRs, I am assuming that there's a good reason for that. I don't think that you should just assume, oh, like every single shadow player ever is just an idiot who didn't figure out that they could put more than 2 TBRs in their deck. I'm fairly certain that there must be a reason for that, so don't know what that reason is, but also I kept this hand because it hits land drops, which is one of the most important things to be doing. Yep. TBR is the terrible card unless it threatens lethal. Exactly. Swift Spear. They did not miss their land drop. Am I interested in... I'm not interested in pathing the Swift Spear. I guess I would apparition it, but I don't think I'm pathing it. Like, there's just such a huge cost to using path. My opponent can get cycling land. All around a big deal to give them a land. Okay, so my opponent's probably going to use some form of removal here. Next turn we can play Dried into operation, I guess. Dismember, push, whatever. What's your thought on Swiss Spear versus Sect Drinker / Grim Lavamancer? I'm not a shadow player, so I couldn't tell you. I do respect Gul Dukat a lot. And if Guldukat played Hexdrinker on the other guy, it's probably a pretty damn great reason for that. Night of Autumn. I think I'm just getting 4. Pokemon retrieved from medical center. Yep. My opponent finds a discard spell. That sucks. But I don't think there's too much I can do about it. Damn it! I think we'll probably have to kill the Lurrus anyway, though. I can't have my opponent out there drawing 2 cards a turn. Probably cycling this kind of an end step. We have to find one of our heavy hitters. Lightning Bolt Apparition. That doesn't do anything. They just missed on a prowess trigger. This Reclaimer's buff, so we just block the illusion. Do I chump is the question. I think we do chump. Womp womp. So this is 12 minus 1, that's 11, 13, 14. So we go to 1. So I miscounted, we go to 2. Goif. Courser. Path. Shit, we can shuffle now. We have to double chump? God damn it. We have enchantment, creature, land instant. So, so go if it's a 4/5. Crap. Make go if a 4/5. Go with a 4/5. Block Swifty. If I bog myself, then the Reclaimer becomes a 1/2, right? They have land, artifact, instant. Land, instant, artifact. So I guess technically what I could do is I could bog myself and I could jump here and Courser. I guess that is less bad. Yeah, it's a nice bog. I guess that I gotta get value from this, so I'm just gonna company first. Ah, you can't do that to me, Collected Company. This is the saddest timeline. This is officially the saddest timeline. Yeah, but that's results-oriented thinking. It was correct for me to hold the land because I could have found... Okay, they found TBR, so nothing really matters. But it is strictly correct for me to not play the land because I can find a Dryad, I can find another land on top, and this gives me another shuffle looking for a land. And I also can find Tireless Tracker. And we already had a land in hand. If we didn't have a land in hand, then I think I would have probably played the land, but having found the land. Take 4, 5. I am assuming that my opponent has nothing, because if they have anything at all, we can't win. We lose. So I guess I should have blocked Monastery Spear if I was going to block like this. Like I was assuming that my opponent had nothing. Yeah. Rough. It's correct to play the fetch land still because then you can use them after you get the creatures, and also it looks one card deeper anyway since you know Coco can hit the land. Yes, but it uses my land drop. And if I find a Dryad, then Dryad can give me extra land drops. And if that's the case, then I have the fetch in play in order to allow me to shuffle, looking for a Valakut, which is how I turn the game around. So it's about the fact that it would use my land drop to do that. It's not about the land drop itself. And if I'm looking for Valakut, I have a land in hand, and having the land in hand is a guaranteed trigger. So this is the kind of hand that I kind of want to avoid at all costs in this matchup, and it makes me really sad that I have to mulligan, because like mulligan in this matchup is pretty much a death sentence. Would I shuffle cards away to look for Valakut? Yeah, I'm extremely far behind. I'm under immense amount of pressure from my opponent's side. Like, I need to luck suck in order to get there. I need for things to line up my way. Otherwise, like, if we are keeping even, like if I'm playing a card, my opponent's playing a card, we're not keeping up. Like, I need to hit my best cards. And having access to the shuffle gives me more control over the top of my deck. As long as I have land drops available. If I don't have land drops available, then having control over the top of my deck is just worthless. We're basically between a rock and a hard place, right? That's the problem. I hate Path to Exile. What if I just don't play Path to Exile and I just play Oust? No, but we need because of the Heliod matchup. That sucks. Stupid Heliod deck. Oh, that's right. We have that card in my deck. Totally forgot about that for a second. No, this member is big. They could have pushed though, and then Peatland was the only way for them to enable it, so I am not blocking this Death Shadow. This Knight of the Reliquary is worth too much. Yep, opponent knows it. Feeling the pressure of the knight. If they were gonna do that, then they should have done that before, because they could have found a fetch. Devastating. That's right, we also have that card. I've been really drawing like shit in the previous game. We actually have good cards in our deck. Totally forgot about that. Been really drawing like shit. Fear of the night. Fear of the night. TBR plus bold kills us. Bunch of things kill us. That's not a very good play. They know about the Knight of Autumn, don't they? Pretty sure they know about this. Bye. This really sucks, but I think I have to fetch shock here because we can draw either Courser or something else. That's big. That's big. We top deck Blessed Alliance. Oh, classic Blessed Alliance. Nobody sees the Blessed Alliance line. Definitely eating the bubble there. Inquisition. My opponent can play the Scourge, but it just dies when it ETBs. Yeah, Scourge doesn't do anything. So we're definitely blocking here. Take 2 down to 17. 18. We eat, it dies. Yeah, this is fine. Then my opponent doesn't have attacks. Alright, that's terrible for us. Why have my opponents had it every single time? Can somebody explain? So we're gonna take 5 twice because of how protection works. My opponent has never not had it. Never ever not had it. Just gonna pass a turn again. Not much for us to do here. That's what they top decked, of course. I think it's fine to let them replay the Swift Spear. Maybe it's not. Maybe I should have gotten the value while I had the chance. Okay, what are my draws? What are my draws here? Is Valakut going to matter? Because the extra green source that I can get here is going to matter because it keeps the Goyf in check. Gonna pass. Company. Okay, apparition is huge. Apparition is big game here. I think we're killing Lurrus. Now we're kinda stable. Yeah, Dayside is probably the best card, but like it's just you're just hoping to line up cards that are extremely narrow. It's not very easy to accomplish. Because you can't realistically play more than like 2 at most, you know? What could they have drawn? I think Valak is not gonna matter this game. So I'm just gonna Ghost Quarter my own Valak. Get another basic forest. It's better than Ghost Quarter in my planes. We've been pretty hurt by Horizon Canopy too. No creatures in yard, so I guess Knight is the last creature in the yard, so just gonna eat it. Of course that if my opponent finds like a Fatal Push or a Bolt, we're in rough shape. That's just devastating. All right. We can still draw Collected Company. I don't know what we're looking for off the company. Company into... How about land? Excellent, excellent, excellent. Man, today has been really frustrating. Extremely frustrating. But we've been consistently losing against a matchup that I have considered to be fine. So, like, definitely something needs to be assessed. So, number one, Path to Exile is just unplayable in the modern format. Like, this card is just not good. So let's play some ousts in the sideboard instead of Path to Exile. We can do like 2 oust, 1 dismember maybe. But we clearly have to change the strategy because it's not a coincidence that we just keep losing against the deck. Creo que jugué contra 4 Shadows en total. Mind Sensor is just not a card that we can play right now. It just seems bad. Frees up 1 sideboard slot for 3rd copy of Zeus. Lowers the curve and it's just a very impactful card. No, I think Blessed Alliance is just a bad card. It's the same as Boil. It's a card that you bring in and you get to feel very smart, but realistically speaking, it's just a bad card that you should not be playing. So I want these, I want those. 1 Tireless Tracker. I don't want Dryads. Like, I could definitely be playing more Dryads if I want to. I just think it's a bad card. Dryad doesn't give you value until you have all of your engines going on. Like, Dryad is a late game win condition. You don't want 4 copies. It just doesn't grant you any value otherwise. I mean, it's because it's the same issue. Like, I want removal that I can use in the early game and not give my opponent a land. We lost that match. Every single match that we lost against Shadow, I feel like we lost because we pathed my opponent's Shadow. Every single time, every single one. Voice of Resurgence is just another chump blocker. I'm not interested in a chump blocker. I'm interested in a card that is able to take over the game. Winds of Abandon has the same problem that Path to Exile has. Like, Winds of Abandon is basically strictly worse Path to Exile in my eyes. Oust is just better. Turn 1 threat, but turn 1 land is bad, of course, but when overboarded, it's basically GG. Declaration in Stone, you're trading down a card. Like, every time we have lost to my opponent having exactly the cards that they were missing, and that's because they run so many cards. I don't want to give my opponent more cards. What about Mirror and Crusader? Mirror and Crusader likes to Dining Bolt. Isn't Sarov pretty good against Heliod Company? Not really, no. It doesn't do anything against Heliod Company. Inscription of Abundance. I don't even know what that card is, so it's probably a meme. Some kind of interesting creature against 6 libraries to get bottom of creatures they control. Yeah, it's a meme. Got me excited for a second. The issue that I have with explosives is I am a deck that is trying to play to the board. We're not Amulet, right? If I explosives on 1, I'm killing my Reclaimers. If I explosives on 2, I'm killing my Oriok Champions and my Scavenging Nooses. It's just bad. Thomas Nubi, thank you for the follow. Blast Zone is kind of interesting. I mean, let's try it. Maybe over Tectonic Edge, or just maybe over the other Scavenging Noose. Maybe. I mean, we're doing experimental stuff now, so. You have no True Draws Ritual. Yes, I do have post board. That's kind of the point. Literally, my best card in the matchup is a 2-drop. I don't want to blow it up. And the funny thing, we've won every game 1. Oh, because game 1 they don't have TBR. That's why. Because the new lists don't have TBR in the main deck. Every single match we've lost has been to TBR. I have tried wins multiple times. The card is just not playable, Avidis. You're always just paying 2 mana for a Path to Exile. It's just bad. It's just not a playable card in Modern. It just doesn't work. You're just talking about dream case scenario. You're just talking about a dream case scenario that you really hope that it comes together, but in reality it just doesn't. Like, you're just gonna be forced to... You're gonna be dead by the time that you can overload it, and you want to use the card to not die. Which means that you're just playing a strictly worse Path to Exile. Plow this shadow, not just the mums. I haven't tried that. I should look into that. I think my main deck is fine. I think I do like my main deck configuration. The thing is, I'm not sure if I'm just going a little bit too overboard. Focusing a little bit too much on shadow. I'm kind of into giving this a shot though. That's gonna be it for this video though. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Like and subscribe. See you later.